Hello, I'm Diego, and this is the third video journal edition of this semester. And the topic changed from ideologies to some really important topics that are multiculturalism, gender discrimination, religion. We've been largely discussing these topics in class, and really interesting conversations took place in every lecture in which they were discussed, really deep and interesting discussions. Well, and to start, I will start with multiculturalism. And the prefix multi directly means more than one or many. And culture, of course, means custom, beliefs, art, a way of life, and the social organization of a particular group of a particular country. So, when we're talking about multiculturalism, we are talking of a mixing of many cultures and every single aspect of these cultures that a culture shares with another. So we can see this by just walking in the street, observing how the buildings are made, their building styles. All of that have a lot of influences from many cultures, and you don't need to go far, for example, to Europe to see a multiculturalism. So, in my opinion, there is something really important about multiculturalism and this all phenomena, which is the supremacy of the first culture. Because multiculturalism is about acquiring a second culture and mixing them. So, the culture fosters another culture that has just arrived. So, why do I say foster? Because the actual culture does not take the coming culture in. And that is why I can make a great difference between the concept of multiculturalism and the melting pot metaphor, where two cultures are melted into a new one. But we can deny the fact that any mixed culture is going to put in second place their second culture. That is to say, the Afro-Americans, the Indo-Americans, the Latin Americans. The melting pot metaphor is just another oppression and mandatory way to impose a culture over others. To take what I'm saying clearly, I will make a real example. Now, Chileans tend to completely ignore other countries' cultures, also ignoring their people and even their rights. That's a really important thing. So, a lot of people from Colombia, Peru, and lately Haiti have arrived to Chile with the intention to improve their lives, their life quality, and escape from the poverty that succumbed over them. And Chileans, the only thing that give to our foreigner brothers is the cold rejection, and thus the foreigner will never feel home and safe. So, but wait, what if the foreigner is from the USA or from Europe? Well, the Chilean will immediately build a statue and give all his national goods at egg prices. That's hilarious. Another topic really linked to the previous one is gender discrimination. If discriminating against people for their origins or nation is not enough, the gender to which you belong or feel identified is also widely discriminated. So, if you're Haitian, and in addition to that, you are a woman, in Chile, you might be really doomed. The gender discrimination has a lot of faces, starting with the very society in which you may live. You will surely be discriminated according to the rules that rule over the society in which you may live also. For example, let's suppose I am a woman. I have a great job as a head chef in a restaurant, and one day I decide to get pregnant because I can afford to it, and my work is stable as anyone could desire. Once my coworkers notice my pregnancy, they immediately start gossiping about it and reaches to my boss' ears. Without a doubt, he fires me just because being pregnant represents a threat to his restaurant. I may make a mistake, for example, and burn the entire kitchen. just ignore all my skills and my experience as a chef just because I am pregnant. And that is not all. This happens every day as a violent way of discrimination that affects every Chilean woman and non-Chilean women, of course. Moreover, this is just the tip of the iceberg that represents the crippling gender discrimination in Chile. Finally, following the discrimination on multicultural line, religion is one of the fiercest discrimination ever. Religion is the belief in the existence of a god or gods and the activities that are connected with the worship of those gods. We read a text about religion that for me only blabbs about nice things about religion. It says something like the good, the bad, and the ugly about religion. That is basically what you should do and shouldn't. But I cannot see more than just a pile of lies, and that is used to control people's will, or maybe how do they have to think. Religion in every culture is sexist, sees men over women, and imposes behavior rules that those rules constantly attack people's freedom and how they act in certain circumstances. Chile, our country, stop being a racist and sexist country. Or that's what they say. If you're a black Muslim woman, you will better go back where you came from because it will be better than Chile. Thanks God I'm not religious. Thank you. That was all.